Madam Speaker, I rise on behalf of ACT to speak on the Climate Change Response Tort Liability Amendment Bill. Look, back in 2002, this Parliament passed the Climate Change Response Act that established a legal framework, a parliamentary legal framework for how we're going to respond to climate change. As the Minister outlined in his speech, we're concerned on this side of the House, as part of the government, that litigation in relation to climate change and actually having a particular tort around climate change could create a parallel system, business uncertainty, and actually undermines the regulatory regime that this Parliament has put in place. And so we are very happy to support this bill, which will bring some certainty, ensures that Parliament's regime that it put in place is the appropriate way to respond to climate change. And I commend this bill to the House.
The Honourable Mark Peterson.
Madam Speaker, I rise on behalf of New Zealand First to strongly support the Climate Change Response Tort Liability Amendment Bill. Climate change policy should be set by legislation and by elected representatives, and not a parallel system. This measure responds to an emerging trend and threat to law-abiding businesses who are being challenged in court around their GHG emissions. Clearly, no one company or one country are individually responsible for climate change. This is a global challenge, and ironically, Fonterra have been at the centre of this particular litigation, have a goal of reducing their emissions by 30%, which actually exceeds the government's legislative targets. So not to respond in this manner risks exposing New Zealand businesses to vexatious litigation, have a chilling effect on investment, and worse, it had the potential to drive production offshore to less efficient systems or jurisdictions. New Zealand First commend this bill to the House.
Madam Speaker, second reading is a great opportunity for us to reflect on the process we undertook at the Select Committee, and the Justice Select Committee did a fantastic job at scrutinising this legislation in the sense that we made sure we heard from a variety of submitters on the bill. We got a variety of opinions. We gave them all our time and effort. We read all of their submissions. I'm really proud of the process that we facilitated on the Justice Select Committee, and I commend the bill to the House.
Madam Speaker, all we are saying is that the field of greenhouse gas emissions is such a complex and profound area that the framework to govern liability should be done by Parliament, not tort claims. I commend this bill to the House.
Madam Speaker, the Justice Committee has examined the Climate Change Response Tort Liability Amendment Bill and recommends by majority that it be passed without amendments. I commend this bill to the House.
Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise in support of the Climate Change Response Tort Liability Amendment Bill in the second reading. This is very clearly about clarifying climate change laws. We already have the Climate Change Response Act 2002 and the Emissions Trading Scheme. This is essentially, we're making sure that we have a central regulatory system to deliver consistent obligations for greenhouse gas emitters. Therefore, I commend the bill.